Oh, we just skipped that one. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, I don't know if it's the angle. I mean, obviously they got logos in every placement point. I kind of think the NOS logo on this sideboard at the top of on the wing is kind of too big. The comments on this thing have not been very nice. Somebody said that's the worst NOS Energy wrap I've ever seen. Somebody said it will look great in the middle of the B main. Call me crazy, but I'm not feeling that paint scheme. Somebody does think this is the best driver that Jason Chaz has ever had in that car for quite some time. That, of course, caused the crazy Landon Crawley fans to come in here and start screaming and yelling. There was another angle of this car, but the picture wasn't as great. It's kind of fuzzy. It's not bad, but is it hand painted maybe? Like, what's going on here? Is this hand painted or is it a wrap? The wing design does not really correlate with the car design to me. Versus the other cars that we're seeing here. And then the number, I don't know if they're purposely making that oversized to once again give that old school look. And the NOS energy drink, I don't know if that's purposely oversized. If both these things are oversized to kind of give that retro feeling. And then also, I think that blue outline on the black kind of just makes the whole number look bigger than it should, if that makes any sense. Any comments on this paint scheme, guys, on this Jason side? It's been one of the hottest things that people have been talking about. Sides would definitely be a cat who would have his car hand done old school. I mean, the NOS lettering on that car does not stand out nearly well enough, and that's the one thing I see wrong with it, and they need to make sure that sponsor is very visible from a distance. The 7 is going to look bigger, and most of the time, from a distance, from a grandstand perspective, that 7 is going to look like the size of it's going to look like it's the size of the blue outline. That you have to do contrast on a dark number, and you don't need to contrast it with a reflective. If you outline that, for instance, say in chrome in your showroom floor, it may look nice, but chrome reflects. And so most of the time, chrome is going to reflect black simply because the dirt on the ground. So it reflects in black. Anytime you use chrome, consider that on the racetrack as black because it reflects off the ground. In the shop, it'll look badass. But when you go out there on the racetrack, it's just going to go dark. So, I mean, when you got a black number, you gotta contrast it with a white or a yellow, or say the orange, the outline of that orange that they got on the number was the blue, and the outline of the orange was the blue. That actually would have looked kind of really nice because then it would look like that outline kind of bleeds out from the blue design into the number. So that would look cool. And then the orange outline around the 7 would have made the black 7 actually stand out. So, I mean, that's the only critique I got. It's just not being well accepted. Yeah, see, so you could kind of see how big that blue outline is on that 7. So it might look normally sized if that black area of that number was visible. But maybe in person it's a little better, but most of the time, black and dark blue or light, maybe it's lighter blue when it's not in the shade or something here. Maybe you can see it, but most of the time, black and blue blend, man. And it's hard to see whatever you're trying to stick out with that black color or that blue color. If you got a blue number and you outline it in black, it's going to look the size of that black outline. So, I don't know. Could be old school. Once again, I do think the NOS Energy Drink logos are a little too big. But yeah, I mean, blue on black just doesn't go good. If that blue was the orange and the orange was the blue in the number, I think it could work. Just an overall beautiful car. Looks awesome. There is one more left. And what are they doing? So we got the Donny Schatz, the last one we got here on the show. I mean, in comparison to last year, it absolutely blows it out of the water. Very clean, very simple. For performance, very readable, placed in a nice position. Obviously, sponsors all over. No sage fruit. We're very upset about that. That sage fruit is not on this car. The apples are amazing. It's horrible that they're gone, but hey, partners come and partners go. Unfortunately, sage fruit, a guy who's been with Tony Stewart Racing and Donny Schatz for a long time. CarQuest one kind of pops a little more. I like the belly of the top wing with the 3 stripes. And honestly, out of all the looks I could think that this makes me recollect on, I don't know if everybody paid attention to the Chili Bowl episode we did when we talked about some of the paint schemes for the Chili Bowl, but there was one that was Ivan Stewart, I think it was, or Evan Stewart or something like that. It was the old Toyota stadium truck paint scheme, and it looked very similar to this. Maybe it didn't look similar. Maybe I'm stupid, but it gave me the vibe of a very similar look. Does anybody remember what I'm talking about or no? Let me see. This one. So that is the old Evan Stewart, I believe it is, or something like that. Toyota off-road truck, legendary paint scheme. And when I saw this, it gave me the same vibes. I mean, is that stupid for me to say? Yeah, it's not the same colors, but it does kind of have that same loop down from the side of the car, goes down and then across the front. To me, it looks very similar. Maybe I'm a stupid idiot and I shouldn't even be talking right now. There's 3 lines in this one. This one curves. This one sharp cuts. I guess the only bigger difference is these curve, and this blue curve goes to a solid width all the way to the front of the car. And then the red and the yellow curve down into points that end and discontinue before the end of the vehicle. Whereas these, they go down, they're thicker at the back, and they go down to smaller lines. And it does look like the red's the smallest, orange is next big. It looks like the orange and yellow is about the same widths. But when I saw this car, it made me think of that paint scheme, which I'm a big fan of that paint scheme. So I like that element about it, personally. But it is cool. It's simple. It's white, very white. It's different. It's not last year's scheme. This is very presentable, very identifiable. It has an old school kind of feel to it, I think. And the sponsors stick out very well. I like how the wing works with the stripes down the wing, the stripes down the sideboard. Collaborative look. How everything bases the and centers the number and the sponsor on the sideboard on top of those lines on the wing. Same thing with the offset on top of the wing with the Advanced Auto Parts logo there, and then the CarQuest logo. They offset these logos because of these lines, is what it looks like. So it's not bad. Of course, it's 25 years of TSR. Looks good, but once again, I still think it does look very similar to that car, that paint scheme. But maybe that's because I gave this car so much attention. It's still one of the baddest ass looking race cars out there. I don't know, that line kind of formulating down kind of look the same. It's not the same, obviously, because like I said, the solid blue stripe all the way down, it seems to be the same thickness. You got the 2 points on the Schatz car, so it's not the same, but it did look very similar when I first saw it. Regardless, way better than the 2024 version. Oh, God. We ain't gonna bring that up.